Okay, I made a post on Facebook about the Kendrick Drake thing, and I'm gonna read it because I'm not about to edit this. I'm not about to memorize nothing. I'm gonna just read what I wrote. And this is based off a Facebook friend's commentary on the Kendrick Lamar concert. I think the result of older generations consuming social media differently than younger generations results in a lack of context and some people dwindling what Kendrick Lamar did and is hopefully continually doing to gain culture and having a concert. So let me get my Michael Harriet on. A lot of parents and grandparents don't realize the effects of you choosing to leave the hood or the country to move to the suburbs or the big city. You see TikTok videos of hood parents lamenting humorously about their children's upbringing even though they were responsible for it, and how they don't know the basics or how they don't have the smarts and you would gain from growing up in a different environment. As a result, some of these children have to attend HBCUs or take an African American Studies class at a PWI to learn about their culture. The more I keep living, the more I'm appreciative of my father for teaching me about myself when he was raising me. My mother shared my culture through what we ate and my black church experience. Tangentially, every 5 seconds on Instagram and TikTok, there are these diaspora wars that black Americans seldom start, where other black people from that diaspora are telling us we have no culture while wearing our culture or speaking our culture. Black American culture is being created constantly and being co-opted by Gen Z, foreigners, etc. before it can get its pants on in our community, which isn't new, but it's happening at a higher clip. Also, from TikTok University, I've learned about the idea, which is not 100%, that you can typically tell who a biracial mixed child is raised by how they behave. There's an overwhelming consensus that mixed children raised by their mother are going to turn out weirder, using that loosely, than mixed children raised by their mother. Which one thing I know about my brother Sean and sister Wendy's kids is that them babies know they mixed, but one thing's for sure, two things for certain, they know they black too. So shout out to y'all for not making them a TikTok-based statistic. That's the part where Drake comes in. My perspective on the They Not Like Us beef is that Kendrick is not telling Drake that he is not lowercase black. He's telling him that he's not uppercase black, which lowercase black is the race, uppercase black is the ethnicity. There's a difference. Uppercase black has been overtaken in the past 5 years to no longer signify black American who come from being enslaved, partially because we kept begging other people to be black and make fun of them for not saying that they were black. So it's partially our fault, which creates terms like Sulan, so there can be some differentiation. Drake is Canadian. He didn't have his black American father's influence in his life growing up, so my feelings about the discourse is that while Drake is black, uppercase B, by blood, he is still culturally mixed / lowercase black. And to tie it into it was your mama, wasn't it, that I mentioned before, because he was raised by his mother, that's how he moves through music. He cosplays as different cultures to produce his hits. This has been discourse for years. It's not new. If you listen to the lyrics of They Not Like Us, once upon a time, all of us was in change. Homie still doubled down and called us some slaves. Atlanta was the Mecca, building roads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. And then there's like way more lyrics in the song that can tell you that. You can glean who the us is, despite everybody and their mama thinking they are part of the us when they really are not. So with all that is going on in the world and on social media, Kendrick comes out with They Not Like Us. Kendrick does a commencement speech at Compton College a few weeks ago. Kendrick hosts a concert on Juneteenth for 4 hours, highlighting LA area artists. A lot of people are only talking about the end of the concert, but for 4 hours, he put his people on. He also brought out Tommy the Clown, a dancer known in Los Angeles for stopping by schools and having a bunch of crews that were meant to keep children out of gangs. Fun fact, Tommy the Clown was born in Detroit, but grew up in LA. What up, though? You know, I had to mention that. With all of this, hopefully what Kendrick is very purposefully doing starts a movement of people leaning into their local cultures. I made another video about that. The point is not to hop on a plane to be a culture vulture and consume events meant for the local neighborhood or the local city. Black children, black teenagers, black adults acknowledging that black American culture in its many forms is a viable culture that has 500 years of history, and for some, not all, maybe the beginning of increasing the gatekeeping measures that are unfortunately necessary because of all the ways that black Americans are attacked for our identity or the supposed lack thereof. So Kendrick's concert was much bigger than Drake.